This is a really cool ridge we're up on here. All these pines. You keep on getting these little looks off into the valley. Fog's breaking up back there. Yeah, that's awesome. That's the coolest spot. Oh god. There goes our ride. Bye!
Bye!
What's going on? It is Black Friday. And I am out on the AT with
Me!
the little guy. Look at him.
I have not done this in a while.
He ain't afraid of no ghosts. So we are on the Appalachian Trail. This may look familiar. That is the sketchy as heck Lee Heighton knife edge over there. And we are on the other side heading up towards the Outer Bridge Shelter, which myself and Chris Coney stayed at a few years ago. I didn't know he was in town. We were doing a trip next day and saw a post from him. Then we met up here at the shelter. But we're out here for 3 days, and it wasn't our original plan. Whoa, sorry, slippery. It was not our original plan. We were gonna try to get back down to Dolly Sods this year, and Panda's foot did not heal as well as she had hoped, so she couldn't go. Without the whole group, we decided we're not gonna go down to Dolly Sods. And then Dragon went up having to work last night, so he's still at work right now. So Matt and I are starting. We're heading south from Lee Heighton, and then tomorrow morning Panda's gonna bring Dragon up to close to where we are in the trail, and we'll meet up after he drops his car off all the way down south, and then we'll finish out the trip with Dragon. So we're gonna get this climb out of the way. You all stretched? First backpacking trip you've done since Dolly Sods.
Yeah,
which was 2 years ago.
And I had a hip surgery and all that fun stuff too, so.
Hip surgery. He's got half his gear is borrowed.
No.
Is that your rain cover?
No.
Those are trekking poles?
No.
Those are shoes?
No.
Alright, I don't think we need to go any further than that.
Everything else other than those are mine, except for the underquilt.
Is the quilt yours? No. Matt prepared for 17 days worth of food. we had to lighten his food load out a little bit. But yeah, so we're gonna get this out of the way, and then once we get up on top, we'll be up on the ridge for pretty much the rest of the day and part of tomorrow. We're thinking around 10 miles. We'll see how it goes. This rain is supposed to, well, it's not really raining now, but there's potential more rain. There's a lot of fog. This should let up in a couple hours and then clear up until Sunday morning, where there's another chance of rain. So we'll see what we got once we maybe once we go up to the shelter, bring it back. Looks a little different up here without any leaves. So we're up here at the Outer Bridge Shelter. Figure we drop pack for a minute. It's a pretty aggressive climb for just getting out of the car and heading out. So we stopped here to drop pack. Matt, we might want to sit for a minute.
Why?
There is a band of rain coming that was just yellow and red. It's heading right for us probably in the next 10 minutes. We've got a shelter here. We might as well make use of it. It's not real big. It should pass us pretty quick, but no sense in getting soaked if we've got a roof over our heads to.
Yeah, no, I
and
agree.
we're in no particular hurry. We have no real. Oh, that is. You hang your bag on here, like your backpack, and that way mice and rodents can't get down.
Schmirk.
Yeah, Matt's learning some of the new stuff about the AT. Like porcupines will eat the crap out of a shelter. Yeah, so we'll hang out here for a little bit and let this rain pass. I've been keeping an eye on the radar. But we'll see. It looks like it's trying to break up. And if it does, then we'll keep going. But if not, we'll just wait the rain out. Like I said, we got a nice shelter here. And I know this is waterproof, at least it was a couple years ago, because it poured that night that we stayed here. So, all right, we'll see what this weather is. All right, we're leaving the shelter. We stopped for a good probably half hour, 45 minutes, and the rain never got as heavy as it looked like it was supposed to on the radar, but we can't wait any longer. We're gonna keep going. It's just rain for a couple more hours. If it stays like this, I'm pretty happy. There was a section that was coming through, it was all dark greens and oranges, and it kept on changing. Of course, now it's gonna probably hit us that we've left the shelter, but can't stay there all day. We only got so much daylight. And once we get up on top of this, we'll be up on the ridge for a while. And there's lots of stuff to see up here. So after 11 o'clock, it's supposed to start clearing up and get sunny. But we'll see. And I have the wrong hat for this. For my hood, I can't see anything with it. But we're gonna keep going. And hopefully the rain doesn't bite us in the butt. Gotta love this Pennsylvania views. There, I swear to God, there is land out there somewhere. You can hear the highway. We're up on top of the ridge. The rain is mostly holding off, but I think it's getting brighter, and we can cruise for a little bit. So, how you holding up, Matt? We're a
better
whole,
now that we're kind of on flat land.
what are you, like a mile in? We've been out here for hours.
I told you to go in
God.
front of me.
Well, no, you never. You'd still be at this shelter. Like, where'd Kurt go?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll go as far as we can go. Our plan is very fluid as to what we're doing. So we will make the miles we can make. Take the miles the trail gives us. That's what we're gonna do, and just enjoy it. And at some point here, we're gonna cross right over the Pennsylvania Turnpike. There is a tunnel that goes through this mountain, and the turnpike goes right through it. So we're about to cross that here in a little while. I don't know if there's any kind of markings that say so. Probably not, it's just a turnpike. There we go, there's a little view. If you look way down there, you can see cars going by on the turnpike. Cool foggy day. This is a really cool ridge we're up on here. All these pines. You keep on getting these little looks off into the valley. Fog's breaking up back there. You know, that's awesome. That's a cool spot. I mean, it's always nice seeing things when they're sunny, but seeing them when they're like this, like, you'll never see that valley look like that again. That's the only time. Even if it's foggy again, it'll never look exactly like that. Wind is picking up, hoping that's an indication that the rain is just about over. It hasn't really rained in a little bit, so hopefully we're at the edge of that storm. That's where we make our turn back down to the other trail. So right back there is where the Pennsylvania Turnpike goes under this mountain. So right under our feet, bunch of traffic, people driving by, they don't know that somebody's hiking right on their heads. We've been on this little service road for a little bit here. It's kind of nice. We had that slow start because we stopped at the shelter, waited out that rain. Nice to have a little spot here where we could make up a little time. Like I said, our goal is 10 miles, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many miles we do. We don't have a set end point until Dragon parks his car tomorrow. So we'll be all right. we'll do what we can do. But if it stays like this, and the rain is 99% over, it looks like. There might be one little cell, one little tiny cell that might hit us here in a couple minutes. And then after that, it's supposed to start clearing up. The sun's supposed to come out for a little while today. That'll be nice. I'm looking forward to taking the rain gear off. It's nice as a wind block, but you build up condensation inside your rain gear, and that's no good. It's supposed to get down in the 20s tonight, so I don't really want to be damp for that. This is a pretty narrow ridge. I think the widest we've seen it is about 100 feet across. Other than that, it's been, you can see off both sides this whole time. It's really cool. I love hikes like that. I love nice narrow ridge line hikes. All right, I'm recording with the GoPro, so I don't know if it's gonna catch this, but look at that out there on the horizon. That doesn't even look real. Like, we're in Pennsylvania. That does not look like Pennsylvania mountains. Hey man, what are you doing? Throwing your poles at me. That is really cool. So that's the end of the storm. See if I can get a picture of that. Well, we stopped for a snack and the clouds blew over and the sun came out, and now it's gorgeous. It's supposed to be like this the rest of the day. Maybe a little bit of rain. Looks like maybe in a couple hours. Another small, very wispy section of rain out in the western part of the state that might make it over here. But the weather's not calling for it, but the radar looks like it, so we'll see. But it's like in the mid 40s right now. The sun's out. Look at this, what a difference from 20 minutes ago. Completely different. Rain gear's off, rain cover's off, the packs, well, mine is. Now we're just enjoying some beautiful weather, hiking along. So we just passed Ashford Road and we are heading towards Bake Oven Knob. I believe that's what's coming up next. And we got ourselves a nice Pennsylvania boulder field here. Glad it's not raining right now. This would suck. At some point coming up here pretty soon, we're gonna stop for lunch. And I don't know if that's clay. I don't know what that is up there. It's very red though. I'm gonna get back to navigating these rocks. Not slippery, but they do move a little bit. Coming up this spot here with the... Is that netting?
Yeah.
Craziest spider I've ever seen. I'm guessing that's for erosion? To keep stuff from eroding? I have no idea. This is by far one of the weirdest things I've ever come across on a trail.
Well, when me and Panda did this wasn't here. Maybe it's like a winter thing?
Oh, it's up there too. Maybe they're doing, I don't know. It's got to be for erosion. Because it seems like it's only at the peaks. You know, the wind hits up here, or maybe snow and ice. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. mean, it's cool. It's different. You know, for most hikers, they roll out the red carpet. For me, they roll out the orange.
And you're the only one that can truly say that.
They knew I was coming.
Yellow would be better, though.
I don't know. This is pretty sweet. Makes the boulders easier to cross with all the mulch in here. They should do this all the way along the AT. It would be a much easier trail if it was all mulched. Oh, there's a little view. And a little wind. No wind muff on this trip, sorry. Here comes that last set of clouds too. Huh. Interesting. All right, well. That was a first. We are currently on a little bit of a mission here. A little while ago I talked about how it looked like there's some more little tiny jovial little happy little clouds coming across the state. They got angry. That does not look pretty what's coming. So we estimate probably around 2 miles to the shelter, maybe a little bit under. So we're going to try to make it there before we stop for lunch. A little bit later than we want to stop for lunch, but we can get there, assuming the shelter's still there. Now Matt's been up here to Bake Oven Knob, and he said last time he was up here, the shelter was not pretty, and there was talk of working on it, and there was just a sign back there somebody had written, the shelter's gotten worse on it. So I guess we'll see. Hopefully there's something there that we can kind of shelter from the rain if it hits worse than what the radar's telling me. So radar tells me not so bad. The weather forecast is not so bad. My eyes are seeing kind of a little bad.
Our eyes are seeing scary.
Yeah, and it's already had a few raindrops. Nothing bad, but you know, if we got our rain gear off and it's gonna drop into the 20s tonight, if we can stay dry, that is ideal. So when we get to shelter, should put us at about somewhere around 8 miles, I think, for the day. We were hoping for 10, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll stop for lunch and we'll take a break and we'll see what we're doing.
Let my bum hip heal up a little bit.
Yeah, Matt had his hip surgery. What was that, 2 years ago now?
Last year.
Last year?
October 7th.
October 7th. Oh, it was 2 years ago when you kind of realized you needed it.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, you had a hip surgery. So, and you haven't really been backpacking, some day hiking, but not some backpacking. So if we gotta, you know, not trying to get anybody hurt here. So if we get there and we sit and Matt says, hey, you know what, I'm done for today, I'm good with that. I'm not mad. I'm out and I'll be camping and hopefully camping dry. That's the goal.
Dry being the key word.
Dry is absolutely the key word. It's not a bad trail. Some rocks hidden under these leaves that make it a little bit tricky, but I know we're gonna hit some boulders up here, so I'm just not quite sure where. Don't necessarily try to follow my footprints.
I know.
All right. I learned that from hiking with Dragon. He just stepped over all these. I'd be like, I can't do that.
Yeah, that's because he's got the leg span to do so. And I'm pretty sure if he wanted to, he could step over me.
I think he has. You just didn't notice it. He was too high.
Possibility.
So you're like, was that a plane? Oh, that was just Dragon.
Like what tickled the top of my head.
All right, well, we're on top of it. So that's good. No more climbing, at least for a little while. That rock is really loose. This is a cool spot. I don't know what it's called. It's pretty cool. Got a little bit of rain falling. We got some blue over us, but these clouds keep shifting the direction they're coming from. I definitely want to get to that shelter. So a little over half mile from the shelter. Definitely want to get there and see what this weather does. That last storm just missed us. We made it down here to Bake Oven Knob Shelter, and we're just at 8 miles for the day, and had our lunches. Just kind of taking a break. Matt's seen how his hips feeling. He just went down to get some water. We think there's just a spring down there, so we're gonna find out. I don't know how far he went. He's been gone for a minute. There's a blue blaze right there. But I'm gonna stay up here with the gear. So we did see one group of people walk by, and we can hear people over at Bake Oven Knob. And not that I think anybody's gonna mess with our stuff, but you know, rather be safe than sorry. So wait for Matt to come back up, and maybe I'll go down and grab some water myself, and then we'll figure out what we're doing. If we're gonna continue on, or if we're gonna stay here. I don't think we'll stay at the shelter. If we do, there was a campsite back not too far, a pretty decent sized campsite. So we were planning on doing 10 miles for the day, and we're at 8 now. So I'm fine if we stop here or if we keep going. Either way, I'm good. But we missed the rain, looks like. I'll pull another radar and see. Still some clouds coming our way, but it got really dark, and then the storm went just north of us. We just caught the edge of it, but we stayed pretty dry. All right, see what Matt's thoughts are, and I'll let you know once I know. All right, well, here's the situation. There is no water at that spring. That spring is dry. Matt walked like a mile, almost to the base of the mountain, before he realized there's no water down there. So our 10-mile mark just got pushed a little further, because it looks like 10 miles is going to put us in the middle of a very rocky section of trail. And there's some campsites that we're looking at as our outside range of camping, which are another 4 miles from here. So it's 2:30, and it says it's campsites and spring. We're hoping so. Otherwise, we're going to be eating all our lunches and stuff until we can find some water. So we're going to get back on the trail. Matt, did you enjoy your little jaunt down to the spring?
Thrilled.
All right, off we go.
Get out of my spine.
We have got ourselves a little bit of a rock scramble here. Just a little bit rocky. And a little bit windy. The breeze definitely picked up. I think we're going straight from where Matt is. Straight out that way. Here we are at Bake Oven Knob. It's a little windy up here. The trail comes in from over there. And then we got all this. This is pretty nice. This is one of the nicest views I think I've seen on the AT&PA. yonder. Yeah. All right, we still got a lot of ground to cover. I guess we'll see how far we make it. Might be hiking in the dark. The sun's getting low. We're gonna break for a second because I don't imagine it's gonna be any different than what we just did going down the other side for a little while. We're gonna go take a look at the other side of Bake Oven Knob here. But this is another one of those lessons. Ego is not a thing when you're on the trail. Matt's hip is not doing well.
I can't do it.
You can't.
I've struggled the last, what, 2.5 miles?
Yeah.
3 miles?
And I haven't been showing it on camera, but I basically yelled at him about 15 minutes ago, right? I'm like, Matt, do you want me to call a bailout? He's like, no. I said, you can barely lift your foot. No, I can lift it. I'm like, I just watched you. You couldn't get your foot like 6 inches off up on that rock. So he thought about it while we're up here. And we're gonna bail. We just called Panda. She was napping on the sofa. I feel bad. But it's not worth anybody getting hurt permanently. This is day 1 of 3. If he feels that bad right now, he's not going to feel any better tomorrow or Sunday. So don't ever hesitate to listen to your body. And if you're hiking with someone and they're having an issue like this and you're going to be out for days, don't try to goad them into staying. Don't tell them to suck it up, because then that injury is on you. And I'm not trying to get anybody hurt. So I'll make the determination. We'll get that. We'll take our time and get down to the road. There's no real camp spots that I know of out here close by, and I don't really know this trail well in this section, but I might just bail tonight with Matt, go back and then talk with Don when he wakes up and see. Well, he just went to bed, so see what he wants to do. Maybe come back out with him and we'll do something else. Maybe hit another section of this, or I don't know. Maybe we'll just go down to Forgotten Camp or something. We can all go down and hang out. Maybe we'll go down to Forgotten Camp or something where we can all hang out. And it's supposed to be a group trip, you know.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Absolutely. And it's gonna rain on Sunday anyway, so yeah, we'll figure something out. We can get back to dragging the pandas and set up the hammocks in the backyard and camp tonight. Got it? Alright, we're gonna rest here for a minute because we got a little bit of a wait for Panda. It's about a half mile down to the trailhead. And yeah. We'll end it with an update when we're out of here. We have made it to the parking lot. It didn't take us all that long. How's your hip feeling, Matt?
If I could rip it off, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, so stopping is the right call. So Panda's on her way to pick us up. Thank you, Panda.
Thank you. Seriously, just sitting here. Just sitting here, my hip is killing me. And I'm not even doing anything.
Yeah. So, yeah. When it's time to quit, you quit. So that's going to do it for this one. Figure out what's going on for tomorrow. But we can't all be winners. And I'd rather stop than have somebody get injured permanently. So get your hip taken care of and then come out for other trips. So.
Might be calling my doctor going, hey!
What'd you do to me?
About that solo cup thing you put in me and didn't tell me about.
Yeah, that's weird. Alright. That's gonna do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it.